subscribe and that notification button so you're notified when I post new content. Let's do it. Hope all is feeling well and everybody's staying safe. I want to do a short segment on this American media, which is a hell of a thing. American media is it's one of those things where we can't do without it, and we can do without it. And what I'm trying to say is that a lot of America's problems are propagated, propped up, and uh, given weight by America's media. And although most journalists back in the day used to try to get to the bottom of a story, and that's what made a real journalist, to get to the hard facts of a story, and not just for for views or for because if you pick up the news right now, American news and the media, if you view it too much, it will actually make you physically ill because of the type of reporting and the type of topics that they report on daily. It's just like non-stop diarrhea of bad news in American media. They take the worst stories and propagate them. They take stories that they know are fictitious. I'll give you the prime example of what happened on the 6th with the insurrection. Now, not only did they allow this madman, who's now next president, Trump, that idiot, they allowed him to go on for months with all of his lies and racist comments. And it couldn't have been propagated and on the level that it was disseminated to the American people without the American media. So, although Donald Trump is a demagogue and a racist and a homophobe and all the above, the American media is just as worse, if not worse, because they carry these racist messages, these homophobic messages, these child molesting messages, these messages of discontent and these divisive messages, and they push it nonstop. And then blame the people whose mouths it's coming out of. Well, you can blame Donald. You can blame a lot of these other races and mental mental patients. And then you can also blame the American media and the top brass at Fox, CNN, MSNBC, BT, CNBC News, and all the above. Because they also have skin in the game. Because the majority of things that affect the American people that will really make a change in Americans' lives, they don't do stories on. And holding politicians accountable. They'll report on the top. Let me put it in this hypothetical. They'll report on the top layer of a cake. But when we get down to the lower levels of the cake and the icing and the finishing, they feel no need for it. Like, why would this person say that? Is this healthy for my company, these messages to be putting out? Is these messages healthy for the American public, the American children? None of that is ever thought of. Instead, it's all about ratings and making these the owners of these news agencies, more and more money, even if it costs lives. Even if it costs lives. And it's been like that since the inception of American media, whereby they help carry racism, they help keep it going, they help keep uh, these mental patients full of lies during the elections with all of the voter fraud and all of this. When you can see when you can see a journalist go on to do a story with a particular guest, and they're actually telling the guests beforehand that was been shown that there's no election fraud. Yet they will carry that message over and over again and broadcast it over and over again. And everybody that's walking around, that's among us, don't have the same mental intellect to be able to decipher message these broadcasts that these news agencies are putting out. So some people just take what they want to hear from it. So I think it's important that these news agencies be held accountable for the information and the stories that they put out. Because it not only costs lives on the 6th, but it's cost lives since the inception of your business. And if any other company was out there putting out a product or service or messages that were harming or causing actual deaths of the American citizens, there would be a hell of a cost to pay. But because these millionaires and billionaires that own these news companies are almost too big to fail, it's as if they can do no wrong. And their feet is never held to the fire on the stories and the lies and the propaganda that their agencies put out. And I'm saying this to say, as we go forward in 2021, watch who you get your news from, and watch how they spin it to meet their own agenda. What you have to do, what I would suggest you do, is take news from various news agencies, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. Because each news company has its own agenda. Trust me when I say that. Like Fox say, they're unbiased. There's no such thing as an unbiased news agency in America. They all have their own agenda. But I think it's about time we as American citizens hold them responsible for the stories that they put out, their follow-ups, and their corrections. And when lives are taken because of stories that they put out, I think they should be held liable. So comment in the comment section and tell me what you think. Should these news agencies be held liable for the bull crap stories they put out and the racism and all the negative stories they put out that's causing lives? I'm going to just say it like that. I'm trying to watch my verbiage. But comment and tell me what you think about American media. And if we should hold their foot to the fire as just as we're holding these politicians' feet to the fire going forward in 2021. And again, smash that notification button so you're notified when I post new content, and hit that subscribe button so we can continue to link up. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next.